Neither rain, snow, sleet, nor dark of night will keep him from his daily route. It's Dan the Man on the hunt. Where you going, Danny? Where you going, Dan? Where you going, Danny? Afternoon, everybody. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and that is Danny in the background over there. Got a quick one for you today. We're just going to see if we can bust this out. It's been a shitty day. Cold, windy, rainy, and I've got a bunch of things going on later this afternoon. So I'm just going to try to knock out this one little job. I've got a local builder who needs a pine mantle for a customer in an old home that he's restoring. And he came out today and looked at some of this pitch pine that I milled for Josko Katapovich, and he liked it better than white pine. So we're going to mill him a pitch pine mantle. It's going to be 4.5 inches thick, like 9 inches wide. He only wants it 70 inches long, but we're going to mill a full 8.5 foot log. I dug a whole bunch of metal out of that log this morning, and I detected it, kept digging metal out. Now I'm getting no beeps, so we're going to hope there's nothing in it. My metal detector detects pretty deep, so I think we're good to go. This shouldn't take very long. I'm not really looking to get a whole bunch of bonus material out of it. Because we're going to end up with a 9.5 inch cant, which is perfect for Josko. If I do see any clear stuff, I'll peel off a few more boards for Josko here and add it to his pile. And hopefully he is going to come out and take a look at this stuff so we can figure out what he wants and what he doesn't. And we'll use the rest of it. So let's get at it. I'll show you the log. So as you can see, Josko's stuff here, I stuffed it on its own bunk. On sleepers. I did basically sticker the stuff. I put all the clear stuff on the top and the stuff that had a lot of knots on the bottom, so we don't have to go very deep through it. Well, I'll let him take a look at it when he comes out. We'll figure it out before we bring it over there. All right, so I'm going to let you watch him over there. We're going to peel this thing apart. I don't want to get famous on this. I just want to take his chunk kind of out of the middle. So my goal right now is to get it a 9-inch cant. And then we'll pick what 4-inch section looks good to come out of it. Probably something around the middle. I'll work my way out from the center of the log. This end's about 18. Can't really see. That's up about 14. Room to the monster. I think I'm going to come up to 15, maybe even 16. Let's take it off at 16. What I'm kind of hoping is that this is one of those dry pitch pines, because the two that I cut yesterday, one of them was wicked dry. If you saw me hold up that like 2x9 at 8.5 feet long over my head with one hand, and the other one was really wet. So we're hoping this one's a dry one. Whoa. It's got some beautiful knots in it. It's probably not going to be anywhere close to good for Josko, but I did got a monster wave in this thing. I'm going to try to take a nice even slow pass at 15 and see if I can flatten out that wave. weird spot in it. And I'll show you the log when I get to something interesting. It's come down to 15. So I know that seemed like I was going really slow. I was trying to get myself a nice flat cut, which it looks like I accomplished. You know, obviously, it doesn't have to be perfectly flat, but that's what I just made it. I think my tendency is to want to come down one more inch and take a chunk off here. And it's going to be another nice even pass. Get down to the middle. We want to really take this out of the dead center of the log. This big pine is wicked hard. This is a knotty section here. I want to go slow through. I'm shaking all over the place right now. This band wants to go faster. It doesn't like going slow like this. I do have to be a little bit careful. Oh, damn it. When I cut this, to not throw a wave in his mantle. So I should cut outside the dimension until I get close. Find Danny and we'll spin this thing. It's really pretty. I'll show you the top of this before we spin it. This will give you that southern yellow pine vibe right here. This is really pretty piece so far. This is the area right here. Now the knots were bigger up towards the top that I had to be careful through. Looks like it's going to have some beautiful grain. This is going to be a really nice piece, and it is rock hard. All right, we're going to spin. What I'm going to do on this particular log that's different than normal, I'm going to flip this all the way over. The reason being, when you're just cutting construction lumber, unless you're cutting beams for a timber frame, they don't have to be perfectly square. So I just throw it up against the stops, 90 degrees cut, throw it up against the stops, you know, and I'm never measuring it. This particular log, we're going to measure it. We're actually going to put a square on it. So we're going to cut the other side first, get two parallel faces, and then we'll spin it up against the stops for our 90-degree cut. And we will check it with a square and make sure that this mantle comes out square. So I'm going to flip it all the way over. All right, so we're going to start working out from, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of cheat room here. I'm going to work out from 10 so I can shave the mantle to the 9. So I'm going to work out from 10, try and give myself 10 in my width, and then we'll flip it up and square it up. That just gives me, it gives me a little bit of a safety valve just in case I throw a wave in it or something that I could really take a skim cut off and true it up. So let's go ahead and start about 10, working our way out from the center here. So I'm going to come right to 10 and see where that is. Not a whole lot above that. There's not a whole lot above it. I'm going to come to 11, take it there. There's a huge knot right here that I kind of have to be careful going through. I have to slow down going through this knot. But we're going to come down to 10 now, and then we'll spin it up and square it up. Getting a lot of noise in my mill. Oh, this is a good board. I'm going to shut you guys off for a second. I got to check out inside the mill, see what's going on here. Now, I don't know if you guys remember yesterday when I was talking about the wave that Stella Cut band cut and how uncommon that was. Well, I just made a really significant tracking adjustment to my mill. First time in a long time. It is a new band. There's a possibility it's a little bit different length than something I've been running. It is the first band out of that new pack, but I had to adjust both wheels. I mean, pretty significant tracking adjustment. That's probably why I was getting the waves that I was getting. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this side to 9. That doesn't screw me no matter what, because I can always take my mantle in a different orientation. That's why I want to get to a 9x9 cant. And then if I do get to a 9x9 cant, we should just be able to split it in half to that 4.5 number. And we could actually give him his pick of 2. So I'm going to cut this to 9. We're going to make a 9x9 cant. And like I said, we'll end up splitting it in half. He's going to do sanding and finishing and everything and routing, and he's got to cut a whole bunch of different stuff in. I'm just going to cut it straight to 9. We'll flip it up, square it up. We'll make a 9 the other way, and then we'll split it in half, give him his choice of the 2. He's a good friend of the family and a good friend of the veterans. They cut miles better. One of the reasons I wanted to take that off too is I wanted to center up the center of the log a little bit and get some of that color showing through this side too. So now we'll spin it up, square it up, get ourselves a 9. We'll pick the best way and we'll split it in half. And we're just going to make sure that we're square. It's close. It's perfect right there. I'll just suck my clamp in a little bit. I'm actually going to throw a secondary clamp on it here. You see what my height is here. So we're going to call it 18 is 9, and 4.5 is 13.5. We're going to see what 13.5 looks like. And we come up, I'm going to come up to 15 and 5/8. We're going to cut the top there, and then we'll take a 2-inch plank out of it. See if we can get a clear plank for Josco here, if there is one. Yeah, it's nice and clear. So this will be a clear plank for Josco. So we're at 15 and 5/8. We're going to drop down to 13.5 and take a 2-inch plank, and then we'll flip it over and cut it to 9. Really pretty stuff. We're getting down to the heart now. Really, really pretty. I'll show you when I get it done. Flip it all the way over. Okay, we're going to come to 9. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to come to 11 1/8 and take the top off and see if I can get another clear board for Josco. Right now, this is working out really good. Cross your fingers. Yeah, really pretty. Really, really pretty. We got 2 nice clear boards for Josco out of that. Add to his collection. Now what I'll do is I'll bring you over. We'll kind of flip this thing back and forth, and we'll see what looks the best for the top. I don't love this side. I'm going to get you over here. We'll take a look in between as I flip it. It's nice and centered right now. I'll bring you in close when I flip it. I really like this side. It does have a little ding in it. I'll show you this. Pretty. And of course, we don't know what the center is going to look like. I think it looks better than that side and the other side too. I'll show you the other side. This side's pretty, but I don't think it's as pretty as that top. And of course, we don't know what it's going to be like when we split it in half. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to split this thing straight in half. Leave that face up. The only thing I don't like that thing that now some of it's going to go away. He's got to rebate it out and everything. I'll let him pick. Because I think in all honesty, when we split this in half, it's probably going to be prettier in the center than it is out here. That's a tough call, boys and girls. That's not a bad side there either. No, I don't like that. I think I'm going to split it in half just the way it is. Right now, the bottom's got the lease going on. This side's got the second lease going on. This is a really nice side here. It's almost a shame that it's a little bit scratched up, but nothing that he can't fix. But I'll let him pick. Let me just make sure that my stops are below 4. Yep, they are. That one is. Check this one. I'm cutting it in 4.5. It should be clear. Yeah. I mean, I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Let's just go ahead and split it right in half. We'll get these things flipped. I'll get that out of the way. We'll get them flipped. We'll take a look at what they look like in the middle. Danny? Oh, I see ya. I have a feeling the middle is going to be the money shot, so to speak. Yeah, this middle's awesome. This should actually be the mirror image of it, so. Wow, that's wicked nice. See how close they came? Oh yeah, they came out perfect. It's kind of weird how that band, obviously this was probably, must have been some tension in this log or something, because the band kind of cut a little bit rougher on the top. This is going to be this would be the money side for me right here. You see how the band cut left marks on the top side, but not on the bottom? It's weird, huh? So obviously these are book matched. Really pretty. So I'm actually going to get these stacked, and I'll let him pick. I'm going to send him a picture. I'll let him pick which one he wants. And let's find Danny and do an outro. Well, I know why I had the tracking problem now. My belt's coming apart. This is one of the ones that I had that was older. It's kind of shredding itself. That is why I had the tracking problem, because it changed the position and the tension on that wheel because it got smaller. I'm gonna have to replace this one with the other one. At least I know that they're on their way. My tracking stayed consistent. It's actually tracking in a little too far now. It's tracking in a little too far. It moved in a lot, actually, a real lot. So that belt's gonna come off. Thank God I don't have to mill tomorrow. Hopefully those belts show up in the next 2 days. If not, I'll have to put on my one other one to see if I can keep milling this week. It's always something. Hi, buddy. Hi, good boy. What's got all over you here? What do you got going on here? Hi. So that's going to do it for me and Danny today. Appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Just heard from Josco. He wants to know when he can come out and look at his wood. We got a couple more planks to add to his stash over there. I'll keep the other one, whatever one that Jim picks. The other one I'll keep as stock out here for, I don't know, somebody else if somebody wants a mantle. Or I can always cut it down into construction lumber too. But pretty simple process, beautiful wood, came out nice and square and straight and flat. I don't know why I had to make that big tracking adjustment. Now, I will tell you that I got 2 sets of new belts coming right now, and also new bearings for my band wheels. They're not wasted or anything like that. But I wanted, Nora was asking me if I needed anything else. And I have a new battery coming too, because that battery's getting weaker and weaker. I got to kind of leave the mill running. And it went for 2 years without ever having any issues. And now it's starting to get weak. So they're sending me a battery, bearings for my band wheels, and 2 new belts. I do have a backup belt on. If you guys remember, we broke that carbide band last week and chewed up one of my newer belts. So it could be belts. I will put a complete new set on when I get them. I know it's already been shipped. I just got the notification. We will get Josco's wood figured out. We will let Jim pick the mantle that he wants. And on to the next one. I was going to cut Mike Trotto's oak today, but he didn't want me to. He wanted it to dry out a little bit because it rained yesterday. Okay, so I will not cut it. Tomorrow, we got that guy coming down from Shirley that we're going to be working on his mill. If I can film some of that, I will. Like I explained to you guys in the previous video, I'm not really sure what his deal is, so we'll figure that out when he gets here. And if I can shoot some video with that, I will. I have to go do a home inspection for a friend. I have a friend that's buying a house, and they asked me to come in and take a look at it and give them my professional opinion on everything. And they are picking me up this afternoon in about an hour to go see that place. It's got to be a reason. It's a real good location and it's a real good price. And that doesn't happen in today's market very often. So got to go take a look at it, see what it needs. And we're going to meet the realtor there, and hopefully it's not too good to be true, which I think is very rarely the case. But I appreciate you guys coming along. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit the little notifications bell so you know when videos coming out from us. If you need something from Norwood, use the my Norwood affiliate link that's in the description below. You can copy and paste it to your browser, takes you right to Norwood. Tomorrow's another day, guys. Thanks for coming along. Thanks from Danny. Pirate Solutions out.